Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Heather and this is Create Your Own Cozy. In this week's video, I'm going to take some thrifted finds and upcycle them to sell in my booth for a profit. If you are interested in seeing what I do with these thrift flips, stick around. So let's get started on the first project. I'm going to call it one project, but it's really 3 baskets. I got this basket at the thrift store for like $3 and I love the color as is. So I'm grabbing a drop cloth that's already been washed and dried, making sure I rip the sides. I'm basically trying to copy a basket I did in 2 videos ago. I should have kept it. I thought I'm going to keep it, and then I'm like, why am I keeping all the good stuff for me? I need to have my booth look really good. And I got an email that night that a basket sold, and was planning to go back the next day to grab it for myself, and it was gone. So I am just doing the IOD brocante transfer on here. Real simple, just burnish it into the drop cloth, wait for it to kind of pull away from the top, and then turn it over and burnish it. And then I hot glued it onto the basket, and this was a really simple flip, just trying to recreate what sold quickly within 24 hours last week and what I wish I would have kept for myself. Also, just to note, if you can't find a specific type of transfer, there are a lot of options on Amazon and even on Etsy. One of my viewers told me that the brocante transfer, while some of their retailers were sold out, have some available on the Etsy site, and a lot of them have free shipping. So don't forget about Etsy if you can't find it from your local retailer. This could also, you could stamp on here, put words on here. It's just such a versatile, just updated look, and it makes this, $2 to $3 thrift find look so much more expensive. Now this basket was $3 at the thrift store because it's kind of a heftier basket. But it had some very outdated fabric hot glued to it. So I did just kind of pull it off. Some of the glue did stick around, and when I couldn't get it off with my fingernails, I did end up washing this with Dawn dish soap in the kitchen sink, and a lot of that glue pulled away. I knew all I wanted to do to this one was add some antiquing wax with watered down, so it didn't matter that it was a little bit damp already because it kind of helps soak up the antiquing wax. Although I wanted to go with a much darker, so just straight, a watered down antiquing wax wasn't doing the job that I wanted it to. So I just put my wet brush into the antiquing wax while it was already wet and put it on top of that so that I could control it a little bit more. It didn't soak straight in and you didn't see brush marks, but it definitely added a much darker look. And of course, I did the drop cloth and another transfer. What do you think? So this last basket was only $1, but it was a hanging basket, and normally I would pass these kind up, but I like the shape of it. It's very cheap and it's full of color. And I thought, well, what do I have to lose? So I went ahead and sprayed it with shellac, knowing that the colors were probably going to come through because I am going to paint the bottom half white. So 1 coat of shellac and then just some Rust-Oleum chalked paint. I think I did 2 coats on the bottom here. I wet distressed it with a wet wipe and really liked the look of that, and then added some antiquing wax because I wanted it to look not so stark white. Did some antiquing wax and then that ribbon across the front. Some of the color was coming through, so I went back over that with white to make it look more like a white band. So I'm gonna let you watch and let me know what you think. This next project was a little pig napkin holder. Originally I was just going to white wax it, but there was no way to get that, I don't even know what it was, oil stain or something off of it. So it was $1.09 for this guy, and I decided to just try a dry brush to kind of simulate like it had been white waxed. And I mean, I thought it was a really cute idea. And in the end, I did show you like a final picture with it like this staged, but in the end I decided to paint the whole thing a more solid white. I tend to think I'm going to do these things the way that I would want them in my house, and the first way wasn't exactly how I would like it if I was putting this in my house. I'm not really a pig person, but the style is what I'm talking about. So I decided to paint 2 solid coats. Here is the first option with just a dry brush. It's cute. But then I decided to paint it white and then just pull it back so it was a more solid white, and is distressed. So let me know in the comments below, did you like the dry brushed pig or did you like the wet distressed pig? Don't forget about the picture frames. I have not done a lot of picture frames on this channel, but thrifting is the way to go. I got this cute little frame from the thrift store for 25 cents. Is that 50 cents or 25 cents? It is from England, but it is plastic. But I love the shape of it. So I went ahead and took it apart and did 2 coats of the white Rust-Oleum chalked paint on there, and then wet distressed it back since it has that faux wood grain within the plastic to kind of bring that out. And let me know, what do you guys think? Don't forget about your picture frames, guys. Next project is from a haul that I showed you guys a while back. I got these red tin canisters. I did 2 coats of the black Rust-Oleum 2 times spray paint, just so that when I distressed back, none of this red came through. And then I did 2 coats of the white Rust-Oleum chalk paint and wet distressed it. I don't know if I would do this again. Here's the thing I like about this. For a relatively inexpensive price, these are pretty large containers, and I have a couple of friends that have homes with really large doors and ceilings, and any kind of decor that you put in there that is little or regular size looks miniature. So what I like is if you go thrifting and you find this piece that has the right size for your space, this would be a gorgeous shelf sitter in the back of like a built-in bookcase. It's the right size, but it's not the right color. This is something that you can do and not have to pay tons of money because everything you need is way bigger than most things in the store. Here's a little cameo. He did not want me to make stuff by myself. My last project is a wooden box that I thrifted that somebody obviously handmade. You can tell from the craftsmanship, but this like bottom piece, this curve, it was carved out. It's kind of cool. However, when I washed it just with some soap and water, you could see that some of the varnish, like it's just slopped, varnish was just slopped on this thing. So I'm gonna paint it. I know, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. And again, this is somebody's project that ended up at the thrift store. So it was gonna be trash, and I am making it. I did shellac it to make sure some of that stuff did not come through, and did 2 solid coats of paint and then wet distressed it. Now I do want to note everything on this video that I use this chalked paint. If you use a chalk paint or a chalk-like paint, you do need to seal it so that it doesn't keep distressing. I, in this video, am only going to be using a clear Rust-Oleum spray paint, just because that happens to be what I have. You could also use like a white wax or a clear wax to protect the thing. However, if you're using any type of transfer, don't do that. Make sure you do a clear coat of a paint before you do the transfer, because the transfers do not particularly like to stick to wax. I learned that from you guys and after making some mistakes. So learn from my mistakes. If you're doing any type of transfer, seal it with a clear paint, and you'll see that when I distress this, I'm just kind of almost buffing it with a wet wipe. You could use a wet paper towel as well, but it's almost buffing the paint and kind of taking some of the brush marks out and distressing where it would naturally distress. And I think it really brings out the curves of this piece, and I really like how it turned out. So let me know, what did you guys think? Did you guys have a favorite? I was really disappointed that I lost that basket from last week's video. Not lost it, I sold it. I didn't lose it, but it has got me looking for another one with a lid. And do you think I did it justice by trying to copy it with these other two? I'll show you a picture of the one that got away. I'm sure that you guys all have those. Let me know in the comments below, what is a project that you made over, you fell in love with, and you either sold or gave away and you wish you hadn't? I would love to hear your comments in the comments below. If you liked my video, I would love it if you gave it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so that every time I upload a new video, you guys are notified. Thank you so much for watching, guys. See you in the next video. Bye.